Caleb, not a whole lot behind it, though. That one had a little bit more, and he caught him with an uppercut. It's interesting, again, when you spend as much time as I have with these guys over the last 8 weeks. Jim Marine, who's in the corner of Truax, in one of the sparring sessions says, you got to be careful when you're leaning in because Matt does the same thing. And Jim's been in Matt's corner before, and he made the comment that, look, if you guys headbutt, you're going to cut, Matt's not. So many subplots and storylines in this one. There's a nice shot by Vanda. Got the right arm of Truax. Didn't do any damage, obviously, but not as much action in this round up to this point. Round 5 of 10.
I think Vanda will not facially expressing it, but I got to think he's getting a bit frustrated because he's having trouble getting any kind of consistent attack against Truax that's slowing Caleb down. He just got hit with the right hand and took a couple of steps back. Right now, Caleb is delivering the more telling blows.
Absolutely, no question about it. But Matt, game as he is, steps right back into it. Ten seconds left in the 5th. Caleb catches him with an overhand right. Trying to finish the round hard again. And you said it, the look on his face as he's coming to the corner. I think Caleb's got Matt frustrated, Dan. I think you hit that one right on the head.
There comes a time in a guy's career, too, and I'm not saying this is where Vanda is right now, but your last fight, you're in there giving as good as you're getting, but you're really not.
Right.
You're getting worse than you're giving, and sometimes I don't know if there comes a time in a fight or in your career where you go, man, this is it, and I don't know if I'm not saying Vanda feels that, but you wonder if those things start to go through your head because he's hit Vanda with some Truax with some combinations, but they really haven't slowed Caleb down at all. And there have been times where Caleb's combinations in his attack has forced Vanda backwards, and he's had to cover up. Matt will never stop coming forward.
No, it's just what he is. It's who he is. Round number 6. Truax again firing off the jab early. And he's just not letting Matt get anything off. And there's a couple uppercuts right in front of us. Oh, there's a flurry of punches from the Predator. That jab caught Caleb. But Truax right back. Nice shot to the body. Oh, like Truax ducked that, and instead of backing off, he stayed right with it and went right back to work. There's the Predator with a combination. Now Caleb comes back with one. A nice uppercut. That caught the Predator. And now Mark Nelson will step in and separate. Cerebral is Caleb Truax. Surgeon-like. And he's picking Vanda apart here.
what I find interesting, and obviously unfortunate for Vanda, is for me this might be his best round since the first, yet I don't think he's done enough to win the round, if that makes any sense.
And Caleb's got him up against the ropes, and he's teeing off and working the body. We saw this in his last fight against Michael Walker, that just absolutely took whatever he wanted to. Heading towards the tail end of round number 6. The main event in the fight everybody's been talking about. Right in the corner again, Caleb trying to steal around late. And that's the end of 6.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
It may have been Vanda's best round, but since the first. I thought Vanda won the first round.
I did too.
I think he's been shut out since. You could give that round, I suppose, to Vanda, but I'd be hard-pressed to.
So is there any adjustments you make now, or do you kind of just gotta let it go and just go for it?
Yeah, again, easy to say sitting ringside when you're not one that eating the leather, but if Vanda and his corner are honest with themselves, they have to realize. I mean, I'm not saying my scorecard's dead accurate. I've got a pretty lopsided right now. You may have given Vanda a round somewhere in there, but you got to know you got to do something right now. I mean, you got to start slowing Truax down, make him respect you a little bit more, and start to inflict some damage.
Round 7, scheduled for 10. And every time Vanda comes out with something, Caleb has an answer.
Yeah, he's scoring with some pretty heavy punches right now, but Matt's got a great chin. Matt started out the round real nice, because you can tell he knows he's coming out with a sense of purpose, because he knows there's desperation starting to set in. Maybe desperation's too strong, or maybe a sense of urgency. There's a sense of urgency here that you got to pick it up here. You got to start winning some rounds.
I think your adjective fits. I think either way you want to go with it, I think there's something to be said. Caleb catches him with an overhand right. The fans trying to pick Matt up. Nice shot to the body by Vanda. And a couple more, and an uppercut as Mark Nelson tried to step in to get him separated. Matt, away from the fight game for the last year, holding a torch in his real job, working at the Schmidt Armory in downtown. A job with the union. He was retired and said, you know what, I got one more in me, and this is the one that I want. Had offers to fight and just didn't have an interest until Tony Grigelko came knocking and said, let's do this one more time. Tony G yelling, you got to keep throwing. He doesn't move his head. There's another shot to the body and an overhand right to the side of Matt Vanda's head. Final 10 seconds of round number 7. And Matt ends the round strong. That might have stolen that round.
It didn't on my scorecard.
Not that close.
I didn't have it that close. I mean, I thought Matt, again, I just think the exchanges generally favored Truax. Even when Vanda lands, Truax always seems to have an answer, and he seems to be delivering the more telling blows. If I meant urgency last round, I will swap for desperation.
Desperate now?
I think Vanda really has a... You know, in Truax, he just seems to be all business-like. It's just nothing phases him. It's just, even when Vanda slows him down temporarily, it's boom, right back at it. Let's go right back at it, and he goes right back to business, trying to dictate the action, and he's done an effective job of it.
To your point, in the whole pre-fight thing during the announcement, it was all emotion for Matt Vanda, and Caleb was just stone-faced and just... he was Caleb Truax, because that's just the way the kid is. That might have woke Matt Vanda up. Yeah, he says he got nothing. Sends an overhand right and sends the crowd into a frenzy. This is the Matt Vanda they came to see. Win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. Another nice shot over the top by Truax. Just jockeying for position and nobody really getting any sense of an upper hand, and there Caleb sends a shot up. Jesse Garza telling Matt to...
Well, as long
shoot
as
an
Vanda's
uppercut.
in close now, he needs to try to do some work, because I think in the early part of the round he expended a lot of energy. He took command in that round, but now he's trying to hang on a little bit, weather the storm a little bit, then go back at it, try to steal the round late.
There's a nice 1-2 by Vanda. But again, Dan, we've said it so many times throughout the course of tonight. Every time Matt comes with something, Caleb's got something else, and he just answers. Tom Halstead, Ron Like, Jimmy Marine look on from Truax's corner. Oh, there's a nice shot. And Caleb sticking right to it. He's putting the pressure on, and Mark Nelson steps in and says, watch the heads, gentlemen. There's a nice right hand again by Truax.
What I like, though, what Vanda's done here in this round is when Caleb has scored, he hasn't let it multiply with 3, 4, 5, 6 punch. It's been 1 or 2, and then he's fought back. He won the early part of this round. This is his best round since the first round, I think.
We'll see if Truax can finish strong. 10 seconds left. Nice overhand right. And the Skeletor answers. Matt gives him a look, turns and heads back to the corner. Henry Lake is loving it. This might have been the best round of the fight right here. For Matt.
For Matt, it certainly was, and it may have been some of the best exchanges of the bout. And that's the first round I've given Vanda since the first round. I think he has to win by knockout again. We don't know what the other scorecards look like. A couple of those rounds maybe could have gone the other way. Even if you want to give Matt a couple of those rounds, and I think you would only give him a couple of rounds at best, I think he's behind in the scorecards and needs a knockout to win.
I think what you saw him do in that round, he slowed the pace. He got in tight, and there was a lot of inside stuff that went on. But I think...
Well, and I think that's why he won that round in my eyes, because the first minute, he won the first minute of the round. Then after that, he basically tied Truax up and gave him a chance to score.
Round number 9. Final 2 rounds of Matt Vanda's professional career. Nice shot to the body, followed by a right uppercut by Truax. Another blistering shot to the body. If you're Vanda, when do you turn on the gas and just start? I mean, you got to.
I think he has tried, and he's been continuing to try it even in this round as well, but I just don't think he hits as heavy as Truax does right now.
There's a comeback by the Predator, and Truax has an answer again.
That was a big right hand by Truax.
Yep. Well, the difference in Truax is that shot went right over the top. There'd be an old Caleb that would sit back and counterpunch and know that he was ahead, and he's still coming at him. As Matt making some noise here in the tail end of round number 9. Nice overhand right by Truax. And Vanda throwing shots of his own, hits him with the left, throwing everything he's got at him. Oh, and Caleb gives him a smile. This is what they came to see. Jesse Garza pounding on the canvas, imploring Matt Vanda. 10 seconds left in the 9th round. And we go to the 10th and final round. You get the replay here.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, get behind your fighters. The last round is upon us. Make some noise, Minnesota.
Love him, hate him, it doesn't matter. You have to respect what Matt Vanda does, and he's about to begin his last 3 minutes as a professional fighter. He gives a salute. They touch it up. And here we go. Final round. The crowd on their feet. It has been everything that we thought it would be. Oh, there's a nice overhand right by Caleb. There's another one, and Vanda right back. As the Vanda and Caleb chants, fill the convention center. Nice body shot by Truax. There's a nice shot again over the top. Vanda puts his gloves down and sticks his chin out. And in typical Predator fashion, didn't flip him the middle finger, but just as could have easily have. Caleb still coming forward, still pressing. As we reach the end of the fight. That caught him flush on the jaw. Matt fires back. 10 seconds left in the fight. Here we go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, really good fight. Well, as you would expect, Vanda gave it everything he got from the beginning of the fight to the very end of the fight, and I've never seen him do any more or any less. He may not have won every fight. Obviously, the record would indicate that, but as we said before, when you walk out of here, every customer knows they got their money's worth. I had it a good competitive fight. Vanda came on late, but the old too little too late. I've got the fight 97-94, or 93. For Truax, 97-93. We'll see if the
how
judges
close you are.
agree.
Normally you're pretty close.
Judges are Denny Nelson, long-time referee, and judge Tim Taggart Sr. and John Mariano, the three judges. We'll see how they saw the fight. I was tempted to give Vanda the last round just because it was his last round.
Right.
Real tempted.
Here we go.
Judge Denny Nelson scoring about 99-92. Judge John Mariano scoring at 97-93. And Judge Tim Taggart scoring at 96-94. The winner by unanimous decision. And still,
well, one judge had it a little more lopsided. The other two were in the ballpark where I was. Matt Vanda's game as they come. Caleb, I think it's the confidence we talked about. It was just a little too much Truax tonight for Matt Vanda.
As Matt, as is the case, won't say anything. It's just not him. That's not him.
Well,
that's a hell of a fight.
A lot of his longtime fans are here. It'll be a long walk to the dressing room.
Nice job. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice job.
It'll be a long walk to the dressing room for the Predator because he'll have a lot of people that will want to shake his hand and give him a big hug.
Let's see if we can get into what Caleb's got going.
Everybody please give Matt a round of applause. We carry boxing.
Let's give it up for Matt, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Vanda. Big round of applause. So you feel sparring with Matt back in the day, helped you in this fight, and got to know him a little bit better?
I don't know if it helped me win the fight, but it helped me just progress as a professional. Got the 2 years for second year. It's just a great learning experience.
Well, Caleb, you are definitely coming to your prime. I don't even think you're at your prime yet. You're doing awesome, man. Continuing to climb that ladder. Months ago when you fought Taylor, you were not going to world-class fighter. You got the knockout in the ninth. You continue to run great. Do you have anyone set in your sights to defend this title against?
I just want to fight whoever it doesn't matter.
You've done a great job, Caleb. Again, class act as always. Anyone you want to thank out there tonight? Anyone you'd like to thank out there tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank my family, all my fans, all my friends, and my team, Tony, Brett, Tim, Tom, Manager Ron, the company, Jim. We worked real hard for this fight, and the fight we wanted for a long time. We finally got it. I'm happy to be here.
Caleb, one more thing. I'll let you go celebrate this victory. When we can see you get this ring next and defend this title, do you have any idea?
Hopefully March, I'll let Tony and Brett and Tim figure it out, but he's going to chill and relax for a couple days.
There you got a flag, right? Wow, all right. Skills and everything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Golden.
Ups his record to 21-1-1. His lone loss to Jermaine Taylor. And now he sets himself up nicely for a nice payday. And maybe a Jermaine Taylor rematch, you never know.
Well, I think there was going to be an announcement, and I don't know if it's going to come shortly, but I think there was something. I mean, it's close to set. I don't know if you know.
I don't,
but matter of fact, I was told one of those, I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Right.
But I hear that if Truax were to win the fight, there was going to be a pretty big announcement that he was going to get a really big fight, and maybe it is the Taylor rematch or something else.
We'll see. As we get ready to blow home, not go home, it winds 50 miles an hour. Your thoughts as we close the chapter on one of the most, I don't want to call him the best fighter because he's never going to be known as the best fighter. But when you think Minnesota boxing, when you talk Minnesota boxing, the first name that comes to mind is Matt Vanda. So we close the door and close the chapter. Your thoughts on the career of Matt?
Well, there have been a lot of great fighters out of Minnesota. Bobick and Ledoux, and you go back to the Flanagans, and it's a very long list. Certainly Matt, in the last 20 years, has been the most recognizable name, maybe the most competitive fighter. I don't know, I'm not going to start ranking, right, because you'd have to go back and look, but he certainly is. He's got to be somewhere in the top 10 of all Minnesota fighters. I believe, in my opinion, I'd put him in the top 10. And, we said it at the very beginning, you leave, you got your money's worth. He always gave it everything he got.
Yeah.
He never left anything in the corner, in the locker room. We talked about maybe his own worst enemy for some of the things that happened outside the ring. But I was proud of him tonight.
I
you
was
know,
too.
I kind of thought it was going to end this way, and it's this fight 5 years ago. Well, let's take that back. Of course, 5 years ago, Caleb wasn't where he was. But if you could take Matt back 5 years, it might be different. I don't know, because Matt is long in the tooth, the twilight of his career, and Caleb has so much confidence right now. We've talked about it several times since he dropped Taylor, the former middleweight champ, in the 9th round on Showtime back in April. Since then, he's just been a different fighter. Confident, feeling like he belongs there, knows what he wants to do, has a real definite purpose when he gets in the ring and doesn't take a step back, and just looked really sharp again tonight against, I think we both agree with this, that's the second. If you want to say Jermaine Taylor was the best fighter ever fought, that's the second best fighter ever fought. And you could see the mutual respect between the two right after the fight when they embraced.
Absolutely.
And you could see they had things to say to each other too. It wasn't just the hug and go the other way. They had several things to say. I liked before the last round, when Matt knew, he looked back at his crowd and he gave the old Vanda, like the old dagger, which he's famous for. He wanted to give the crowd everything they wanted in that 10th and final round, and he did. And Matt had a terrific career, and he has nothing to be ashamed of or hang us. He can walk out of the Minneapolis auditorium with his head held high. He had a terrific career, and he was a really good. And again, can I say it again? When you've main evented at Madison Square Garden, that's all you need to know.
Big Apple, you know you've arrived. That's going to do it here tonight from the Convention Center. Dan Cole, nice job as always.
Thank you.
Want to thank our entire team. Pete Wagner joining the controls from the Convention Center in downtown Minneapolis. Caleb Golden Truax moves to 21-1-1. And we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.